right, before we get started, I just want to introduce some people in the room. Our stenographer is Cindy Olivet. From L&I, we have Bo Fleming. And to the left of me is Keith Bindemeyer, which I didn't get wrong this time. Can somebody call the board, please?
Gerard Lycon.
Here.
Ed Murphy.
Here.
Colleen Dunn, here.
All right, let me start. Do we have anything before we go? Can we do that before? Okay. All right, we're going to start with number one. Robert and Barbara Hawk, 3711 Nichols Street, Levittown, is requesting a variance from Chapter 205-23D, which is impervious surface, to allow for a hot tub and to place the existing shed with a larger one at the above noted location in an R1 residential district. Go ahead. Just make sure the green light is on.
Swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I
Your
swear.
name's Robert
Yes.
Hawk, H-A-W-K-E.
Yep.
Thank you.
So, my shed's older. We want to knock it down and get a new one.
Sir, one second.
Sorry, 1 second.
Raise your right hand, please. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to
I do
give will
already.
be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And you're Barbara Hawk?
I am.
Ms. Hawk, you handed me some documents. Looks like two documents that you returned, or that were returned back to you from your neighbors. Is that accurate?
Yes, it is.
Okay, then you also returned some green cards that you mailed neighbor notification letters to. Is that accurate?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and then lastly, you showed me a picture on your phone showing that the property was posted on April 24th. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and that placard stayed up for a period of 2 weeks?
Yes.
Is it still up today?
Yes.
Great, thank you.
All right, proceed.
So, as you read, we'd like to replace our shed. It's old, well, we're doing it, we figured we'd go 4 feet longer. And we'd also like to get a hot tub. I have a bad back. I had back surgery. My knees are getting worn out. Was hoping to get a hot tub, but we're bumping up against the impervious. We'll be up to 35% with those. That's what we're requesting, 35. We already have a variance in place to go to 32, but we would like to increase that to 35. That's pretty much it.
That's all you have?
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any questions from the audience for or against this? Bo, do you have any questions?
I do not.
Does the board have any questions?
Yes, did you come in before us to put an addition upstairs?
In 24.
Yes, you did a great job.
Oh,
I
thank you.
stopped by, the house looks amazing, the yard, the fence,
Thank you.
everything's perfect. I thought you were here before.
And we want to
Yeah.
continue to make it.
Oh, it looks great.
But we're running out of space, so we're
Thanks
kinda
for staying and making
divesting.
your place beautiful, it looks
Oh,
great.
That was the whole purpose. We wanted to stay in the
Yeah,
township.
well, I like where you're at, it's nice there. No,
Yes.
not big traffic, it looks good.
Thank
You
you.
did a great job, it really, really looks good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all I have to say.
All right, with that, I need a vote for or against this.
I'll put a
Motion?
motion for it.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Colleen, can you call the board?
Sure. Gerard Lycon.
Yes.
Ed Murphy.
Yes.
Colleen Dunn, yes.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations, thank you.
All right, we're moving right along here. We'll go to number two. Nicholas Arena, 75 Woodside Ave, Levittown, is requesting variances from Chapter 205-26D, impervious surface, Chapter 205-131 for yard exception, to permit a 2.8-foot setback for a shed, Chapter 205-16G, to permit shed in front yard, also Chapter 205-16G, to permit height of garage to be higher than 16 feet to allow the installed driveway which services the garage pole barn and two sheds at the above noted location in an R2 residential zone district.
Mr. Caracappa, do you know the date that the property was posted with the
Yeah,
notice?
April 23rd. Mr. Arena has a photograph of it in his truck. It's
Okay.
on his phone, but he would testify that he did post it on the 23rd of April.
And it stayed up for 2 weeks?
Yes.
Great, thank you, sir.
All right, proceed.
If I can, real quick, just everyone here. We did get requested that make sure everyone has the green light on and is speaking into the microphone. People that are watching and viewing at home cannot hear, so if we please be mindful of that, make sure that everyone can hear. And also, if you already did go tonight, you do not have to stay, just so you know. You guys are permitted to head out once you're done.
Good evening, Joseph Caracappa for the applicant. Mr. Arena is here. The property is owned by his wife. It's titled to his wife, but he's the applicant.
Joe, is your mic green?
It is.
Okay, I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, the pole barn has been constructed. Mr. Arena would testify it is approximately 17 feet high. I believe the ordinance requires 16 feet as the maximum. And there are 2 sheds on the property, one of which is up against the side property line. Mr. Arena is prepared to dismantle that if that would help. I think it would help. The other shed, he believes is in the side yard. The township is claiming that it's in the front yard. And he also did, of course, install a driveway into the pole barn, which sits in the back of the property, as a result of which I think he's at 42.3% impervious surface, and the ordinance allows a maximum of only 35. So, and Mr. Arena, he was fined once already. He did apply for a permit, was rejected. He did install the pole barn without that, and he's apologetic, I think, but it's there. And Mr. Arena would testify too. There are a number of other pole barns or garages in the neighborhood that are in excess of the size of his. In fact, I think his next door neighbor has a pole barn that's in excess of 20 feet. But Mr. Arena, would you want to testify about any of that?
No, it's just that there's a lot,
I'd like to have you sworn in.
Oh.
Can you raise your right hand, please?
Yeah.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
So we're both speaking in the microphones. Maybe someone can grab that freestanding one over there?
Oh, okay.
If you're going to ask him questions, you want to use that mic over there?
Oh.
Is it turned on?
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Is the green light on this one?
Yes,
Okay. And you're Nicholas Arena?
yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, as he was saying, like on my street alone, there's probably 6 or 7 garages that are bigger than mine and higher than mine. And on Esley, it's the same way, so I was just wondering why I cannot have mine. I know I made a mistake by not getting the permits, I'm sorry for that. But other than that, everything else is very good. It's done right, it's not shitty looking or anything. So, that's pretty much it, I guess. I mean, I know I made a mistake not getting the permits, but I did get fined for that. So, I know and the one shed in the back against the fence, that one I'm willing to just take down and throw away. And it doesn't have to be there.
You can see where the other shed is on. He had an as-built survey prepared, and you can see where the other sheds
I'm sorry,
are
you had a what
situated.
survey prepared?
An as-built survey
Thank you.
at the suggestion of Mr. McTagg, and you can make the argument that it's in the side yard and not the front yard. That's the argument we would make.
Anything else?
No, no, sir.
All right, with that, is anyone from the audience have any questions about this, for or against? Okay, how about our board?
I do. So you went ahead and installed a driveway after you were denied?
No, I never thought you had to get a permit for a driveway. I never was denied or said I could.
No?
If I can, you did apply and you were denied.
I applied not for the driveway. I applied for the building and I was denied.
And then you put that up as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you applied for that and got denied, but I'm also holding here, hold on, a lot of papers. From November, are you saying that you turned this permit in after you did it?
No, I applied.
2025.
It's been up
Install blacktop driveway and you were denied.
I didn't ask for a permit for, I never thought I needed one for the driveway.
Yeah, I'm holding your permit, sir. 1120-25.
That was for the garage. I didn't even know I did that, to be honest with you, because I didn't know you had to for a driveway.
Okay.
And now they told me to get permits, and I thought I was getting the permits for the building,
I'm
So
sorry, I
the-
thought I was getting permits
for the building.
Can I make this clear? So, Bo, you're saying he put in a permit?
So, if, yeah,
Right,
if
and
I
then-
can. So
Go
the
ahead.
permit was applied for, permit was denied. He also did apply for a pole barn garage. I don't know what the clarification was on what he actually applied for, but that was denied as well, and both were installed. And I also have a note here. I know in the impervious coverage, I believe you mentioned 42%. I do have a note from McTagg that says 61%. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, that was before we had the survey prepared, and the surveyor says right on the plan what the impervious surface is, 42.3. I think Robert was making an estimate, to be honest with you. I think that's what he would say.
Yeah, I can't speak for Robert McTagg on that behalf. I do know that he goes by Bucks County GIS, and he does do the actual lot lines themselves, so I can't speak on that. I mean, 42 to 61 is a big difference, so I can't speak on where that disconnect came from, but just clarifying what we are requesting here that needs to be established.
Like I said, I took the number right off of the plan that we submitted from Kelly and Close. Kelly and Close is the engineers that did the as-built.
So when you applied for your permit for the pole barn and it was turned down, why was it turned down?
I think they said it kind of the height, if I'm not mistaken,
Just for the height?
pretty sure.
Now your setbacks are off for the pole barn, is that correct?
No,
I seen, or was that for the sheds?
It's the shed.
there's a shed in the back. The pole barn is like 10 feet from the property line and 30 feet from the property line in the back.
All right, so you feel they failed you. Bo, do you know why it failed when he applied for the permit for the pole barn?
I don't have that permit in front of me, Gerard.
But you're saying because of the height? And it's still too
Yes, sir.
high?
It's a little bit over 16 foot.
I mean, the issue I'm feeling here is you applied for the permit, and I don't think you really know what you applied for, because the blacktop, you said you didn't, and we have it that you applied
That
for
was,
it.
I guess it did. That was the second time when I came in, they said, apply for permits again, and I applied, but I didn't realize the blacktop was there.
I just want to let you know your signature is on the application for the permit. That
I
was,
understand that, but I just didn't realize that the blacktop was there.
And when I'm in front of your house in the street, the front of your house faces the road. The shed's right there to the left, so they consider that your front yard. What's behind that? Is it another house, or is it
Yeah, it's apartments.
another apartment in the back?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because I just see a lot going on there when I was there. Okay, thank you.
One question about the driveway. Was that included in the impervious surface when they did that survey? The driveway itself?
Oh, yes, sir. Well,
Okay.
it was already there when the engineer went out and did the survey, sure.
All right, thank you. Bo, do you have anything else to add?
I do not, just that we would need to clarify if they're requesting for that 42 number. Well, you said 42, right, sir? Is that what you stated?
That's what's on the permit.
Yeah, so
42.
we would just need to clarify if he's going for 42%, because that 19% difference is going to make that's a big
Right,
portion.
and he would have to come back.
So he
in
would have
front
to
of
come
us.
back if it is at 61%.
Correct. Got you.
That's all I have.
So that would be. Anything else from the board?
I do. Are there utilities ran to this pole barn?
Yes.
Which ones? Water, sewer, electric?
Excuse me? Electric, that's all.
So, Bo, I can assume that he did not get a permit for that either?
Sorry for that. If he was denied for the pole barn, I would say no at this point, but he will need to obtain all of the permits that he did. If there's electric, water, anything of that nature, he would need to obtain those permits.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, with that, I need a motion.
I'll make a motion to deny the application.
I have a motion to deny. I need a second. All right, so this indicates the motion failed, so I'll need a second motion for or against, well, I guess not for or against, for. With no motion, where do I go? So with us needing a motion, I'll have to make a motion for this. Can someone call the board, please? Well, I need a second. I need a second. All right, we're going to take a 5-minute recess. We're going to all sit and talk about this for a second. We'll be right back.
Yeah, the green light's on.
Yeah, you too, Mr. Caracappa.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
If we can go back on the record, for the record, the board took an executive session. There were some questions about the impervious coverage. There was also questions in regards to the specific relief that's being requested by the applicant. And I believe at this time, after speaking with Mr. Caracappa, it's probably in the best interest for this application. This matter be continued to the June meeting to clarify the impervious coverage that's being requested. And I believe that encompasses everything from the board. So, Mr. Caracappa, we talked very briefly. Would your client be in agreement to continuing this matter to the June meeting so we can clarify and we can get some additional information in regards to the impervious coverage?
He would be.
Great.
I'm just wondering, what would you like to, how are we going to do that? I mean,
Well, I think it's probably best that, that you work with the township, including either Mr. Fleming and/or Mr. Mateague, and they can help sort that issue out in regards to what exactly is on the property and what the impervious calculations are.
very well.
Okay, great. And just lastly, would your client agree to waive any timelines pursuant to the MPC and/or Bristol Township Code?
Yes, he would.
Great, thank you. So then the record's clear, this matter is going to be continued until the June, bear with me, June 8th meeting, 7 PM. You'll also receive a notification, but the township will be in contact. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Make a motion on that?
Yes, so we can vote to continue the matter to the June 8th meeting. The property does not need to be posted. Neighbors do not need to be notified again because, again, we started the meeting, we opened the meeting, and it's just being continued on the record.
Colleen, we'll call the board?
Oh, yes. Ed Murphy,
Yes.
Gerard Lycon,
Yes.
Colleen Dunn, yes.
Thank you. See you next month.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up, we have Merle LLC, 445 Mill Road, Andalusia, is requesting a special exemption from Chapter 205-28B 13A6, which is residential conversion, to allow for a duplex at the property located at 812 6th Avenue, Croydon, in an R3 residential zone district.
Oh, yes, thank you. Joseph Caracappa again for,
Mr. Caracappa, can you advise whether or not the property was posted with the placard from the township?
yes, it was, Mr.
Yes, yeah, we have pictures.
And you know the date that it was posted?
I'm gonna check my pictures for the date on it. When did I send it to you?
Sorry, what's your name?
Mike Rosanello.
Rosenello it is, Rosenello.
Yep.
It was the 23rd.
23rd. Gotta love to go through these pictures. I'm gonna find them. When did I send it to you? Right? I sent it to you. Let me check. Okay, 23rd. It was-
April 23rd? Okay, the court reporter's going to swear in real quick.
Solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but
I do,
Rosenello.
yes.
And, sir, you advised that the property was posted with the placard from the township on April 23rd?
Yes,
And did that placard stay up for a period of 2 weeks?
yes.
Great, thank you, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so the applicant in this case is Murray LLC. Mr. Rosenello is the sole member of the company, and he purchased the property in September of 2021. He started to do some upgrading, and it turned out the property was infested with termites and pretty much uninhabitable. And so he raised the building down to the foundation, which the Commonwealth had installed right after Sandy. And in March of this year, Mr. Rosenello filed an application for a conditional use approval from the Board of Supervisors, and Mr. Tegg advised us that rather than that, he should come here, seek a special exception from the board pursuant to Section 205-28B 13A6 of your ordinance. And so Mr. Rosenello desires to construct a top and bottom duplex on the property. He submitted plans with the conditional use application. He's got detailed plans. The property is 2 doors away from another property that is an up-and-down duplex. This property's on the Neshaminy Creek, and so the request is that you grant the special exception to allow him to do a top and bottom duplex on this property. Right now, there's just a foundation there. Made it a little tricky to post it, but, on concrete, but he did it. So, and Mr. Rosen, I'll be happy to, would you want
What do you want me to tell you? Other than that, there's already a duplex 2 doors down from it, and it's going to greatly improve the neighborhood. Brand new, nice looking place, I guess. And all the neighbors are quite aware of it, and they are looking forward to it, actually, from what they all tell me. What else should I say? I'm good.
Yes. All right, with that, Bo, do you have any questions?
I do not.
How about our board? Do we have any questions?
Yes, I see it looks like a 4-bedroom, 2 downstairs, 2 upstairs.
I believe the plans are showing 3 and 3.
Okay. Parking, what are your plans with parking?
Well, there is.
Because I was there and there is no parking.
Okay, well, the lower level of grazed thing right there, that could literally fit 8 cars.
Pardon me?
That could literally fit 8 cars in that lower level right there. The way the plans, if you plans, a couple of the beams that are in there are gonna be taken out. There's gonna be a center beam, and you'll be able to fit 4 cars on down each side, on the inside. And also, but if there's any issues with the parking, there's a huge backyard. I would just end up putting a driveway. There was a garage to the left of that, which we took down. To the left of the property, there was a garage there where one of the neighbors parks there now. And we could always just go into the backyard and take a quarter of the backyard and put another 10 car lots in there if we had to. So I do have an option for more parking if there's more parking needed, other than on the first floor, the raised first floor under the houses.
I'd like to see your parking plan.
Okay.
I mean, we definitely need to see a parking plan.
Okay.
Only because, I drove down that road. The road's a disaster. I mean, there's stuff all over the place, not to mention all the junk down the bottom, which has nothing to do with you. But parking's a problem. I mean, you're already in a flood zone. I would think you're in a flood zone. All the houses are jacked up. Where's the parking gonna be? Yes, you could put four inside the house, but if you put underneath, one here, how's this guy getting out? I'll park out in the street. Well, it's gonna be a problem.
I understand.
We need
Okay.
some kind of,
Okay.
somewhere you gotta show us where parking is.
I got you. No problem.
Because you're gonna have, I'm okay, you got 3-bedroom, that's 6 people. 6 people might have a couple, so now it's 12 people.
Go ahead.
Oh, it'll be 12 people. That's a lot of cars. Or it could be 6 cars, but that's still a lot of cars.
Gotcha.
But, I mean, there's potential for a lot of cars to be there.
What
Whether you
amount-
own it or you
I
sell it
understand.
later.
I understand. What would they be requesting?
That would all really go through land development. That's where you would answer all those questions. What we're here in front of us for is to allow for the duplex. The parking would be applied afterwards. All those questions would have to be answered anyway.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, I just didn't see the parking, that's what I was concerned with.
Yep.
Are there any other questions by the board? Nope. I just have one question. What was the house before that, before it was torn down?
It was a 3-bedroom, old shack kind of house.
Okay.
Cape Cod, maybe, like a Cape type of style house. It was ground level up until Sandy, but then the state raised it up. And at the time they raised it up, it had to be infested at that time too. They just, I'm surprised it made it the next height up.
Okay, thank you. All right, in the audience, is there anybody for or against this? All right, with a no, I need a motion. I'll make a motion for this project.
I'll second it.
Colleen, can you call the board, please?
Yes, sir. Ed Murphy?
Yes.
Gerard Lycon?
Yes.
Colleen Dunn? Yes.
Good luck, buddy.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody.
All right, I just be informed here that HP Bristol Pike LLC is asking for they want to do a continuance for next month. So if anybody's here for that, you know, it's gonna be canceled tonight, as long as this motion goes through.
And that's agenda item number 8, if anybody's here for that. Mr. Quiggin, you can either do the continuance request now, or you can do it in order, but we just want to give the residents a heads up instead of sitting here.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if anyone was here for this. We would like to continue it and obviously provide any waivers under the MPC or local ordinance in order to allow the meeting to, or the hearing to be moved to the June 8th agenda. And we appreciate the board's courtesy in allowing that.
Before we take a motion, just so the record is clear, we can open agenda item number 8. And with that being said, Mr. Quiggin, as he just stated, is asking for continuance until the June 8th meeting, and he's waiving any timelines under the MPC and/or Bristol Code. And then that matter is ready for a vote.
Can I ask Bob one question? Bob, is there room on the June meeting? Or Bo, I'm sorry.
You're okay.
It's been a long day.
I can't answer that right now. I don't know what the agenda looks like, and I don't know if we obtained any more applications at this time. I can get you that answer, but at this time frame, I really don't have that for you.
I was just making sure. Thanks.
All right, we need a vote. Colleen?
A motion?
Well, we just need a yes or a no. Gerard Lycon?
Yes.
Ed Murphy, yes.
Thank you very much. See you in June.
Moving right along here. Number 4 on the agenda. Kevin Albertson, 62 Woodside Ave, Levittown, is requesting a variance from Chapter 205-16G2 height to allow construction of a 30 by 50 by 24 detached pole barn on the above noted location in a residential zone district.
Can you raise your right hands, please? Do solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Can I have your name, please?
Jordan Eckert.
J-O-R,
D-A-N.
and spell your last name?
E-C-K-A-R-D-T.
Kevin Albertson.
Is it
Albertson.
Just make sure the microphones are on and one speaks at a time, please.
Okay. All right, Mr. Is it Eckhart?
Yes, sir.
All right, you handed me some documents, one of which is the signed neighbor notification letters. Is that accurate?
That's correct.
Okay, and you also advised that the property was posted with the placard from the township?
That's correct, yeah.
And what was the date that that placard was posted?
April 27th.
And has it remained up for a period of 2 weeks?
That's correct. It's still up.
Great, thank you.
Now, before we begin, is this built or not built?
It's not built.
Thank you.
Not yet.
Not until we get the permit. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for your time this evening, board, and appreciate you spending time to hear this request. Today, Kevin Albertson is looking for an exemption or an exception for the height requirement for the ordinance for this pole barn we're looking to build. So one of the things I would like to speak to is the ordinance itself about the character of the neighborhood and wanting to preserve that. This location for this pole barn will not be visible from any of the neighbors adjacent to his property because of the trees in his adjacent neighbors' properties. And in the rear yard, there's a industrial or a commercial complex that it won't, having a couple feet past the height restriction won't cause any undue character blemishes to the neighborhood. There is also a property just down the street. I have the address here at 47 Woodside Avenue, where there is a garage structure, which is an accessory dwelling unit that has 2 right-of-ways, not relevant, but the height of the structure is over 20 feet. I know we were looking to have a similar granting of an exemption as a similar resident in the neighborhood. And I would like to make a point that this pole barn will be used for storage. Currently, he doesn't have a garage for his vehicles, so we want to have a space for him to put his vehicles in. And it does have a second-story loft. His primary residence has a limited storage to be able to store his possessions. So we'd like to be able to have that additional space to be able to store his possessions upstairs. And that's all I have for the board today.
All right, Bo, do you have any questions? I do not. How about our board? Do we have any questions?
I do not at this time.
No, I'm fine.
How about our audience? Anybody in the audience for or against this? All right, with that, I'm going to need a motion.
I'll give a motion for it.
I'll second. Call the board, please.
Sure. Gerard Lightcon?
Yes.
Ed Murphy. I did it.
Murphy?
Yes, I did it.
Thank
Good
you
luck,
very
guys.
much. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Thanks for getting a permit first.
Yeah, of course. We'll keep doing that, I promise. Have a good evening.
All right, next on our agenda, obviously, is number 5, and if I mess this name up, I apologize. Ashley Yardam?
Yes.
74 Jewel Lane, Levittown?
Yes.
Is requesting variances from Chapter 205, 29D, impervious surface, and Chapter 209, 29, front yard setback, to allow for a front porch at the above noted location in R3 district.
Yes. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do. Asla. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I'm her husband.
Can you raise your right hand? I'm sorry.
Sure.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
And your name, please?
Mehmet Yardım, M-E-H,
M-E-H.
M-E-T, same last name.
Mr. Yardam, you handed me documents, one of which is the neighbor notification letters, is that right?
Yes.
And you had your neighbors signed these form notices?
Yep.
Okay, and then the last page is one page containing 2 colored photographs showing the property was posted with the placard from the township?
Yep.
And do you know the date that it was posted on the house?
27.
The
27.
27th of April?
Yes.
And did that placard remain up for a period of 2 weeks?
Yes.
Yes, it's still up.
Great, thank you.
All right, you can proceed.
Thank you. I have included a detailed letter and photos in your packet, but I want to highlight 2 main points. The reason we did the porch was because the rain was coming through the glass area because of the heat. It was melted. I did try to prevent that by adding a screen door, but that made a greenhouse effect, so it kind of ruined it more.
It start melting the door.
Okay.
It start melting the door, especially the silicone around the glass. And then we had water damage from the rain constantly inside the house. And I just built the house too, and I pulled for everything for permits.
And we tried to apply the permit 2 times. The first time, they said that we had to fix the previous owner's mistake. There was
Shed.
the shed, and there was a concrete slab, so we had to move the shed up front and crack the concrete because it was on a sewer line. We did fix it. It was approved. We applied again for the permit, and it was denied. And after it was denied, we did it. We did the porch because rain was still coming inside. That's it. No.
Bo, do you have any questions on this?
I have no questions.
How about our board? Do we have questions?
I do. When did you install the porch?
I think it was probably 8 months ago now.
So you installed it after you were denied
Yeah.
from the permit?
Couple
Yep.
months later.
A couple months later, because I was getting a lot of water inside the house.
But I'm just making the point that you were denied and you
Yes.
still went ahead and did it anyway.
Yep, exactly.
Why was the permit denied?
Impervious
What's on here?
Yes, what is on the application? It was impervious and front yard setback, I believe.
Back, yeah.
I have a follow-up question. How much over are you on the impervious surface?
3 feet.
Well, it's gotta be a percentage for the impervious. So, do you know the percentage? Bob, do you know, or Bo, do you know the percentage?
It doesn't have the actual percentage over on here. It would have been indicated on their impervious coverage calculation sheet, which isn't attached. It would have been given to them on what they were over. So they will have to be in compliance with that whatever number they're seeking, that will be what they are over for, so they can't go over that number.
Right, we need to kinda know
I
that number,
don't,
though.
that's not in this application here. If need be, I could try to go find that for you real quick, but that's entirely up to the board.
Do we know what the setback, how far they're off on that?
That's what he was referencing, 3 feet.
That was what you were talking
That's
about,
3
okay.
feet.
Thank you.
Where'd the impervious come from? Was that for the sidewalk?
That's for the entire structure.
What's that?
It was for the entire structure itself.
Oh, okay.
Are there any other questions from the board?
I do. How far is the setback from the street?
Right now, it's 22 feet, I believe.
Anything else?
Oh, no, thanks.
Good, Gerard?
I'm good.
How about our audience? Anybody in the audience for or against this? All right, with that, I'm gonna need a motion.
I'll give a motion for it.
I'll second. Colleen?
Gerard?
Yes.
Ed Murphy?
Yes.
Colleen Dunn, no.
All right, good luck, guys. You're good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna move on to number 6. Alberto Sanchez Vanesca, 140 Mill Drive, Levittown, is requesting a variance from chapter 205-29D impervious surface to allow a rear addition to existing dwelling at the above noted location in an R3 zone district.
You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You're Alberto Sanchez. And your name, please?
Lorena Rodriguez.
Can you spell your first name?
Rodriguez, R-O-D-R-I-G-U-E-Z.
Spell your first name, please.
L-O-R-E-N-A.
Thank you. I just want to speak to the time, and please put the microphone, is green light on?
Yes, it is.
Mrs. Rodriguez, you advised that the property was posted on April 27th with the placard that was given to you by the township?
Yes,
All right, and that remained up for a period of 2 weeks?
yes.
And then you also, and/or Mr. Sanchez handed up the signed neighbor notification letters that were given to you by the township. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Great, thank you.
All right, you guys can start.
Okay, we applied for the permits in 2023, but the Bristol Township denied me the application. So after denying me the application, like a few months after, we decided to continue with the project, like building the addition on my back for extend the kitchen. And in like a couple of months, we received the letter from the township. We need to appear for. I'm received the letter from the township because we never appeared for the application.
Appeal.
Appeal.
Appeal the notice.
The application. So now I'm here to appeal for the application, and you know, because I want to keep my kitchen for my family, because the kitchen, it was very small, so I'm decided to extend a little bit for, you know, for my family. And, you know, I'm so sorry for extending the kitchen without the permits, but, you know, sometimes we do something for the family. And, you know, I think that's it. I mean, I don't know what you guys thinking about that.
Anything else?
No.
Permits first. Really important. You wouldn't be here. Permits first. All right, with that, Bo, do you have any questions? The board, do you have any questions?
I do. How much over impervious surface is this property?
They're at 46%.
Any other questions from the board? How about our audience? Anybody out there for or against this project? You want to come up and talk? You don't have to. I'm not forcing you. Okay. All right, with that, I need a motion. I'll make a motion for this.
I'll second it. Yes.
Ed Murphy?
Yes.
Colleen Dunn, no.
All right, guys, remember permits first.
They were denied.
They could have appealed it. Thank you. You're good.
Okay, thank you.
All right, moving right along. We're going to item number 7. Salute 2 Service Incorporated, 1290 Veterans Highway, Bristol, is requesting a special exemption from Chapter 205, 36B2, B6 Community Center to allow approval to operate the nonprofit veteran support organization on the property located at 1200 Veterans Highway in Bristol. That's in a C commercial zone district.
How you doing? Just let me know when you want to go next slide. Okay, great.
Right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Your name, please?
Rodney Wyatt.
Mr. White, you gave me some documents, including the neighbor notification letters, which are the form letters given to you by the township. Is that accurate?
That's accurate, yes.
And you had the neighbors sign these documents?
Yes,
Great. And then you also advised that the property was posted on April 24th, 2026?
yes.
And that plaque remained up on this building for a period of 2 weeks?
And it's still up, yes.
Great. Thank you, sir.
Yes, I think it is, right? Yeah. Okay.
All right, please begin, Mr. Wyatt, when you're ready.
Okay, if I can go through the slides there, you can click the next one. It's just an overview of Salute to Service, the numbers, community outreach services, emergency assistance, veterans outreach services, and S2S in the community, S2S partnerships, and conclusion. About Salute to Service, I founded Salute to Service in 2013. I'm a Marine and an Army veteran. I served in both branches. Through a dedicated efforts of our employees and volunteers and community partners, sponsors, and supporters, Salute to Service continues to provide meaningful programs, outreach initiatives, emergency assistance, advocacy, and resources to veterans and their families. Our vision and mission is to put into action programs that are truly important and impactful to those facing hardship, while restoring hope, dignity, and stability. We believe every individual deserves an opportunity to reach their full potential. The brave men and women who have valiantly sacrificed so much on behalf of this country deserve to be respected, recognized, and honored. And this is what they get from Salute to Service. Next slide. The next one. It's just some numbers there to show what veterans at risk support indicators here. So you can see, I mean, you don't have to look at this to know what veterans are facing. So, next slide. Veterans Outreach Services. We provide veterans with service to obtain their military records and documentation, assisting in obtaining DD-214, that's a military document upon separation, medical records, official military personal files, supporting, benefits and navigation and guidance, supporting understanding VA benefits. A lot of veterans get out of service, they don't know what benefits they're eligible for. So we help them navigate through that. Claims assistance, those that were injured during their military service, we help them put in a claim for benefits. We advocate for them on a local, state, and national level. Our community outreach and veteran advocacy, and our community partnerships. Next slide, please. Community outreach services, we provide groceries to veterans, clothing, shoes, toiletries, comfort items, to all the individuals in distress. Homeless outreach, we actually go out to the homeless camps and provide services and toiletries and things of that nature to the veterans. And if we're out there, it's 10 people out there, 20 people out in the camp, only 2 veterans, we provide it for everybody that's out there, everybody we encounter. Next slide. How we serve veterans and families, food assistance, clothing and initial items, homeless outreach and emergency support, veterans navigation, referrals, community connections, community events, and support. We just had an event here last Saturday where we had close to 15 service providers and resources for veterans and their families, and the community as well. Next slide. You can go to the next. We just had an initiative where we donated prom dresses. We had brand new prom dresses we got from Giovanni Fashions, and they were given directly to the community, not just the veterans, but all those in need that needed to go to a prom and needed some attire, things of that nature. Next slide is just our sponsor. Oh, let's see, that's the photo with the yellow signs posted, yes. So that's on each door there. I think your slides are ahead of my pictures here. You can go to the next one. Here's some of our local sponsors here. And to the next. No veteran fights alone. This is our contact information. And next slide. For more information, you can check all the numbers that I stated earlier. That's the website to the numbers there.
Anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you for this opportunity.
With that presentation, does the board have any questions? Mr. Fleming, do you have any questions? No, I do not. Is there anyone in the audience for or against this who would like to come up and speak?
I'm for, sir.
You want to come up and talk about it?
I'll just say it briefly, please.
Okay. Swear her in, Cindy, please.
I would just like to say that I'm.
You're going to have to swear you.
I'm sorry.
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Your name?
Jessica Dugan.
ESSICA?
D-U-G-G-A-N. Yes, ma'am. I would just like to say that Salute to Service will be a positive aspect in the community, both for veterans and for the community, and I've witnessed this firsthand. They do not turn away regular community members as well for the pantry. We've had, I've seen firsthand the community members that weren't veterans coming and seeking services for clothing, food, things like that, and we point them to local resources that are not veteran related. So we will be an outreach for both veteran and the community. So I think it will be a positive force, and we're just going to build and make Bristol Township better. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you. You want to come and speak?
Swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yeah.
Your name, please?
Jeffrey Fuchs. F-F-R-U-I, F-U-C-H-S. Hello, everyone. I'm the property manager for the Bucks County Office Center where Salute to Service is at. I just want to let you know that the vision for the Bucks County Office Center and for the community as a whole, this fits very nicely. As you know, we have the Bucks County Assistance Office, we have L&I, we have workman's comp in there, we have legal aid, and the ownership is looking to create an atmosphere for where the community can come and get services, and this fits perfectly into our mission. And we also hope that Salute to Service, and I know that Ronnie's saying that he wants to get other partnerships involved with him, and I think it'll be an amazing thing for the community. The ideas that he has and using the facilities as well, as some of them have been empty, and he plans on utilizing more of the space. And I'm very excited, and I know a lot of the community is, and ownership is can't wait for them to begin providing their services, because it's been held up far too long. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, with that, the board, I need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second. Colleen, can you call the board?
Gerard Lycon,
Yes.
Ed Murphy,
Yes.
Colleen Dunn, yes.
Good luck, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, moving right along, we're gonna go with the final, number 9. Matthew P. and Carol S. Slackhopper and Matthew Slackhopper LLC, 411 Delaware Ave, Pendle, are requesting variances from 20539, which is landscaping, to not provide trees, Chapter 205 lighting, to not provide lighting, Chapter 205-109 buffer yards, to not provide buffer yard. Feel the theme here? 205-114 for light, to not provide a lighting plan. Chapter 205-120A19 for parking, to not provide off-street parking for parcel number 05-008-123. And Chapter 205-122, which is loading, to not provide off-street loading, to allow for a lot line change so that the parking available to each property it is appropriate on the property located 701 and 707 Bristol Pike in a C commercial district.
Good evening, board.
How are you?
Doing well. Thank you for having us tonight.
Go ahead, Bryce.
Bryce McGuigan here on behalf of the applicants Matthew and Carol Slackhopper. Thank you so much for having us tonight. Just want to introduce a few folks real quick. First of all, Matt's Pharmacy is sitting here to my right. Matt's the owner of the property, he and his wife. They own both properties. I also have here to my left Brian Binney, our project surveyor of Jones Engineering. Brian designed the plans that the board has for you tonight. Now, contrary to the long list of variances that we're asking for tonight, this is actually a fairly simple project. What we're proposing is essentially a lot line change, moving a line on a piece of paper. That's it. No actual changes to the property itself. We're here for 2 separate properties, 701 Bristol Pike and 707. If you look at the plan, or not the plan, the aerial that's on the big board right now, 701 is the property here on the corner. 707 is the mid-block unit. Now, if you look, each of these properties right now, you have the commercial space to the front, but they're split zoned. And technically, this parcel or these these bits of the parcel to the rear are zoned residential. I'll explain why in a second because it's a little odd. Our proposal would be to essentially change this line right here in the middle of the two parcels that cuts the parking lot in half and make the entire parking lot on the same property as the pharmacy. Like I said, it's just moving that line on a piece of paper, no actual material changes to the property associated with it, and we'll have to file, if approved, a separate lot line change application that'll have to go through the process of being reviewed by the Planning Commission and Township Council. Like I said, the project will result in one parcel, the pharmacy, having all the parking, and then the inline commercial space, which used to be an eye doctor, that currently it's been vacant for a few years, that will not have any parking. Now, I will just want to reiterate one point. Originally, when this parcel, the middle one, 707, was created, that did not have any parking whatsoever. It was just like all of these other commercial units along this entire block of Bristol Pike. What happened was in 2004, Matt and the former owner of the eye doctor parcel, Steve Rubin, they actually negotiated with an investor team that owned what at that point was a vacant residential lot to the rear that was going to be developed as a single-family home. They acquired that parcel to make it parking for both of their businesses. Matt and his wife Carol purchased the 707 parcel approximately 5 years ago, and candidly, for most of that time since that point, all the parking to the rear has been used by the pharmacy. And the point of this application is to legalize that condition. The pharmacy is the business here on this little block that's using most of the parking, that is the busiest, that is basically a local destination location. We want to make sure that it's got the parking in order to accommodate that demand. And even if you look right here on the blue parcel, you see all those cars parked there? Those are all the employees for Matt's Pharmacy. They stack their vehicles so that way there's still parking for customers of Matt's Pharmacy as well. Now, even though we're just moving a line on a piece of paper and we're essentially taking one lot and moving it back to what it was 20 years ago and providing near compliant parking for the pharmacy, we need quite a bit of relief, and that's all due to basically what are pre-existing non-conforming conditions. Rather than hear me go through them, I've got Brian here who, like I said, designed the plans and knows a little bit more about it than I do. So unless there are any preliminary questions, I'd like to have Brian walk the board through the plan and go through briefly some of the variances that we're requesting here tonight. All right.
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
All right. Brian, do me a favor and introduce yourself to the board, tell them where you work.
My name is Brian Binney. I'm a professional land surveyor licensed in the Commonwealth. I currently work for Jones Engineering Associates.
If the board would like, I'll be more than happy to go through Brian's impressive credentials and his history of testifying before this board, but.
We're okay with Brian.
All right, I was hoping so. Brian, do me a favor. Can you help me go through some of the relief that we're requesting and why we're requesting it?
Certainly. So the relief we're requesting, Bo, could you go to the next slide, please? So as Bryce had mentioned earlier, this is how the property is currently configured, where portions of both parcels occupy the existing building and the parking lot to the rear. Many of the variances we're requesting, street trees, for example, there are certain street trees in front of, on Bristol Pike, that were put in when they did that beautification down there by the train station. They changed some things around, and there's some trees in there. Any additional trees would change that and would probably make it a bad sight triangle distance coming out of Bellevue, or Belmont, excuse me. The lighting does not exist. What lighting exists now is adequate for the property's use. We're not proposing to change any of that. The setback issues are mainly issues that are associated with the existing building. We're not moving the buildings. We're not going to change the buildings. And again, like Bryce had said, that these are all existing circumstances. And Bo, if you could advance the slide, please. This is what we're proposing to do. Add all the parking to the pharmacy parcel and putting the other parcel back to its original condition, which was another strip, a store and a strip.
And Brian, actually, if we go through it a little, So with regard to the variances, there's some that are for both parcels, some that are for the pharmacy parcel, and some that are for the old eye doctor parcel. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. So with regard to both parcels, you already mentioned street trees and lighting, which we're proposing to keep as is. Is the third one also buffer yards?
Correct. The buffer yards pertain to the rear of the property where it's really the middle of the property because the back part is commercial, is residential, the front is commercial, so the buffer would have to be down this access alley that goes behind the existing building.
Now for the so those are the three that apply to both parcels. But with respect to the pharmacy property, we were asking for, I believe, two specifically. And the first is for an impervious surface ratio of 97.1 instead of 35. That sounds bad, but can you tell us why it isn't?
Currently, excuse me 1 second here. Currently, the pharmacy parcel has an impervious surface coverage of 95.89, and it'll go to 97.1. And it's mainly because we're absorbing additional impervious from the adjacent lot. Again, we're not changing the impervious that's out there. We're just switching the lot line, which changed the percentages.
And then the next one is for parking. We're required to have 24 spots, but we're proposing 20 for the pharmacy.
And currently, the pharmacy has substantially less than that on their property.
An improvement.
So we will be improving that situation.
Now, for last but not least, the former eye doctor property, the mid-block unit. The first one is for the size of the property, 2,300 square feet instead of 5,000.
Correct. The property, again, is going to go back to its pre-2004 size, and it was that way in 2004, before the parking lot in the back was acquired.
And then we need building coverage and impervious surface relief, and that's just because we're basically reducing some of the property size, correct?
Correct, substantially.
And then two others, minimum rear yard setback.
Again, that's because of the replacing the lot line back to where it originally was.
And last but not least, a variance to not require street parking, which again was an existing condition in the past, correct?
Correct, and it's not unlike the remainder of the strip shopping center where there are no off-street parking associated with the existing uses.
Is there any reason from a surveying perspective why this proposal would be detrimental to the area or the adjoining properties?
No, and as I mentioned before, this is pre-2004. This existed in this way. It existed that way for many, many years, and we're just going to put it back.
And again, just to make sure, I want to make 100% clear in case anyone is in the audience is doubtful. We are not making any actual changes to the physical property. This is just moving a line on paper, correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Brian.
Well, you did.
Can
you go to one more slide? So, go the wrong way? Yeah, there you go. This is what existed in 2000, prior to 2004. The red property line is the pharmacy property, and you can see it had a weird finger that extended up that access alley that is behind the buildings. The blue property is the previous eye doctor or former eye doctor for property, and that's how that existed. In 2003, 2004, they acquired the green parcel in the rear, which Bryce had mentioned, which was a residential lot that they converted into a parking lot for the both of them. And again, as Bryce said, the eye doctor is no longer occupied, and the need for the parking for the pharmacy exists.
And if this relief is approved, the new boundaries for that former eye doctor parcel will essentially mirror what you're showing here, which was the condition back in 2004.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you very much, Brian. That would conclude the applicant's presentation, subject to any questions the board has. And if the board would like to hear from the owner, we do have Matt sitting here in the front row. He'll be more than happy to answer any questions to that effect.
Thank you. Board, do you have any questions? Anybody in the audience have any questions that want to come up to talk for or against this project? Come on up.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
And your name, please?
Ashka Sangvi,
Can you spell it, please?
AASHKA. And then last name SANGHVI.
VI. Okay, can you just speak into the microphone,
Yes.
please?
Good evening. My only question is that we share a common wall. We are in between the pharmacy and the previous eye doctor. So we just want to know if there will be any changes related to our property. That's our question, and if there's any effects that we should know.
I think Bryce can answer that.
Sure. So the short answer to your question is no changes that will impact your property. The only thing that we're doing, and Bo, can you do me a favor and slide back a couple slides for me? One more. All right. I guess one more. Yeah, perfect. All right. So this is what the properties are right now in terms of the lines. All we're doing is basically this line here that I'm showing you in between. We're getting rid of that. Instead, we're going to put it right here. That's it. So moving forward, the parking lot, instead of being split with an easement through the middle so that this part can access it, it's just going to all be part of the pharmacy. And the pharmacy has been using the parking lot generally by itself for the past several years. So we're not making any changes to the buildings. We're not making any changes to the actual physical parking lot. We're just making it so, legally speaking, it belongs to the pharmacy moving forward. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyone else from the audience? All right, with that, I need a motion from the board.
I'll give a motion for it.
I'll second.
Colleen, can you call the board, please?
Gerard?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Colleen, yes.
Congrats. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
All right, with that, I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All right, bye.